Hey, what's up? This is Brandon Simmons for BrandonSimmons.biz. This is my weekly video blog called Bullheaded, a review of the Houston Texans news, as well as a preview of the upcoming game matchups. So, this week, the Texans are on a bye week. And so, yeah, I've been kind of just been wanting to just kind of kick back a little bit, not have to do no video, but I figure why not? Let me just throw a little 5-minute thing in there. I say 5 minutes, and hopefully it lasts at that. So, with that being said, I just want to kind of come in and just give my review on the season so far at the bye week. And so I'll start off with this. First things first. What this team has done so far has been great. Right now, we're sitting at a 3-3 record, and me personally, I didn't think we would be sitting that high with that many wins at the break. And I just felt like a rookie coach. You know what I'm saying, a rookie coaching staff, if you will, a whole new coaching staff. But all the injuries that we've had, all the, young players that we've had coming in, just kind of operating as our core, I thought this might be a little bit rough. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 1 or 2 wins we get, but 3-3, that's kind of pushing it, So, but what this team has done so far has been great. And with these 3 wins, to me, it's not just about, just 3. These weren't I feel like these weren't they were easy wins, but what I'm trying to say is they've been more impressive than what what a lot would have expected. So they dropped 30 points both on the Jaguars and on the Steelers. And so it's like, just putting up that bunch of a number against those 2 teams, it's been like, it's just been kind of surprising. It's like, damn, what was this the same offense that we had, in the 0-2 start? You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy. That they were able to do that. Another thing, going back to the Saints win, just kind of, I think that win was a little bit more impressive because it was more calculated. You know what I'm saying? They were in like kind of a close game, and they just kind of did enough. They just did enough to like kind of hold on to this, hold on to the win. And in the NFL, dog, like a lot of games, a lot of wins aren't going to be exactly blowouts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to jump to a lead, and then there's going to be some trouble in the second half or second quarter or whatever, or after you get that lead. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was important that they had a game like that against the Saints, just so they can know how to like hold on and just close games out and just finish teams off when things are getting a little bit murky. So definitely a great win. All 3 wins are great, but yeah, definitely that Saints win had to be my favorite one. Another thing that impressed me about just coming up in this 3-3 record is the injuries. I mentioned that like a little bit a few seconds ago, but just the injuries that they've had everywhere, especially on the offensive line, but also with on our offense with Tank Dell. They had injuries on the defense. I think Christian Harris or somebody had got was in concussion protocol a couple games ago. Then the next game, Tank Dell got in concussion protocol. Jalen Petrie, he was hurt after the first game of the season. Jimmy Ward, he was hurt for a couple of games. Derek Stingley, he's on IR. Denzel Perryman, he was hurt for a few games or so. And so it's just been injuries like everywhere, and not just like guys that coming off the bench, just like actual like starters that we've been missing, that we've been down by. And so just imagine like if we would have had those guys in play, like what things would have really looked like based on what this team is able to accomplish so far. But I mean, you got to play with the cards that you're dealt, and so Texans have done that, and just overcoming that injury bug, that's something to be admired for sure. And let's just jump right into it. We found our franchise quarterback. Personally, I know on my first episode, I predicted that Will Anderson was going to make the bigger splash over C.J. Stroud, and I just felt that it wasn't a slight against Stroud. I just felt that, he's going to be learning the offense, learning the speed of the game, so it might take him a little bit to get acclimated to everything. It only took him 2 games, to be honest with you. Probably even maybe a game and a half. Baltimore, they did their thing on him a little bit, but you know what I'm saying, he still put out a good stat line. Same thing in week 2. Who did he play week 2? Excuse me. Got the got the allergies going bad this season. Same thing in week 2 against the Colts. You know what I'm saying? He had he still put up a good stat line. I think he threw for 300 yards in that game, but you know what I'm saying? Each week he's gotten better. And that's the important thing. We know, all the fans know that, you know what I'm saying, coming into this year is going to be another rebuilding year, another year part of the rebuilding process, if you will. And we didn't really expect much. Me personally, I didn't expect much, you know what I'm saying, just knowing that information. And so right now, just seeing Stroud develop into the quarterback that he is today, it's been amazing. It's been astonishing. You know what I'm saying? He's practically like a top 10 quarterback right now in like quite a few categories. It's gonna, like, we found him. Like, he's him. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what he did in the preseason. That's just preseason. You know what I'm saying? It looks like, everything that he did in preseason, or any mistakes that he made in preseason, he took those, learned from them, and he's applied this new knowledge into the regular season. And you know what I'm saying? This whole team is having a hell of a season right now. Their team, fan base, everybody's excited for what the future has in store. So, speaking of that, let me talk about what we got going forward. So, things we need to do for that is just build on what we have. Obviously, it's been proven that we have a pretty good team right now, even through the injuries. We've managed to come up with a 3-3 record, put ourselves in a position of the playoff hunt down the stretch. And so, with that being said, the trade deadline is coming up, and I know I know the fans are feeling themselves right now, because every time I go onto Twitter, there's a new person that we've been trying to put onto that trade block screen. So, the other day it was Alvin Kamara, obviously, for whatever the Saints was supposed to be doing on Thursday. But also Devontae Adams, he's been brought up in trade discussions. I talked in the last episode, I think I talked about Jerry Jeudy being brought up as a trade rumor and everything. And so it's building on that's part of it right there. Just seeing that, hey, we got a solid group right here that can go out, solid offense that can go out, score, do all that good stuff. We might just need 1 or 2 extra pieces that's really big time to just maybe accelerate this thing. And depending on what their contracts look like, maybe just kind of get these guys in now under the fold, so we can keep them around for next season when this team is really like healthy and developed and really ready to compete. Also, just kind of just going back to building on what we have, just kind of replicating what we've done to win these 3 games. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we have 2 games where we've won in blowout mode, but we also have one where, we just won in close mode and just kind of fended off our opponent. So just kind of looking at everything in those 3 wins, just examining them, and just kind of replicating that in the wins going down in the future. Because, I mean, let's keep it real. The games look a little light. The schedule looks a little light. So that brings me to my next one, actually. Look to develop a winning mindset and a competitive nature. So the winning mindset, pretty much like our schedule going forward is crazy light. And I didn't realize it until I took another look at it today. But yeah, obviously we got Carolina coming up. And that's probably going to draw a lot of attention because number 1 overall pick, Bryce Young, he's going to be the quarterback for them. And obviously against the number 2 overall pick, our quarterback, C.J. Stroud, a lot of people probably going to have their eyes on that. And with Carolina having, the season that they're having, it's going to be kind of wonky. So they've been having a wonky season, but it should be a good matchup with these 2 teams. But aside from Carolina, The Texans also got to face Arizona. They got another game with the Jacksonville Jaguars. They have the Broncos. They have the Jets coming up. Cleveland Browns, Tennessee Titans, Indianapolis Colts. You know what I'm saying? They have a real favorable schedule based off what all those teams have been doing this year. So I think it's going to be super, super important that the Texans go into these games with like winning mindsets. Just knowing that like, hey, we are the better team. We need to win this game as we expect of ourselves, as a lot of people also expect of us to do. So we're going to go in there and we're going to do that. In addition to developing a winning mindset, they need to come up with a competitive nature. Because if it should go in their favor that they win all these games, they're probably going to find themselves in the thick of the playoff hunt, whether they're fighting for the division or not. They're probably going to find themselves at the end of the year playoff hunt where, you know, they have to depend on this team to win, lose, score so many points and all this other stuff. And so when they playing in a game against an opponent such as maybe Indianapolis Colts who might not be in that race, they have to have that competitive nature within them to be like, we're coming in here facing a team that, you know, whose season is done, but our season isn't done, and we need to go in here and just kind of, you know what I'm saying, shake things up. We need to just put our foot to the pedal and just play through it while we wait on the news of whoever won or lost to get us in a playoff spot. So that's where that competitive nature comes in. I think they'll get that going once they, you know what I'm saying, get a couple more wins under their belt coming off of this bye week. They should really be refreshed and we're just ready to just compete all the way down the line. Because even though I mentioned earlier, you know, this year is going to be part of the, you know what I'm saying, rebuilding process, you know, they're not part of rebuilding is just really kind of letting this team learn and get a taste of like, you know, success, you know, no matter how early or how late it comes. You know what I'm saying? If they can get to the playoffs this early in the process, then, you know, rebuild might be done. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is what we got. This is what we rolling with. Let's go get it. It's time to compete, not just this year, but the years to come now. So, definitely, I think they just really need to have that mindset after this bye week and just develop into a competitive nature amongst the squad. So, that's all I got for y'all this week. Go back to doing y'all bye week shenanigans. I see CJ Stroud on the Ohio State sideline right now. Brandon Simmons for BrandonSimmons.biz. Holla black.